really rusty. We just had some technical difficulties. I almost
yeah.
had a conniption. So, okay.
Here.
Welcome. All right. So before we get started on our topic of body image, we wanted to first do our raffle to see who won a free hand-poured organic candle made by yours truly. And this was sponsored by Hanna LaPisca. Big shout out.
Thanks, girl.
We'll tag you in the comments below.
Yes.
But yeah, so welcome. Hannah's gonna pick our winner.
Yes, and before I pick, I just want to let you guys know the reason that we did this, or how we did this. If you shared our post, either of our posts, and then tagged us and followed both of us, you were put into the drawing. So
And liking the pictures encouraged.
Well, yes, of course. But it's fine if you don't want to. But yeah, so we did it that way.
Like the picture.
Yes, it's fine if you like the picture. But we didn't tell people to tag us initially, so I was going through stories, making sure that I got everyone. So hopefully, I got everyone and she got everyone.
If we didn't get you, come at us.
Yes, you can yell at us.
I'll give you a little tea candle.
Yeah, and next time we'll try to be better.
It will be better.
We're just learning.
Yeah, we're just figuring it out.
Really. So yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pick.
Yes, please.
And just see who I get. Gosh, I'm so nervous.
Drum roll.
Okay. Lauren? Am I reading it backwards?
Oh, Lauren.
Congrats.
Yes. Congratulations, Lauren.
Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like, what is that? I'm like blind right now.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
So
Well, congratulations, girl. I will give this to you as soon as I see you.
Super exciting, and thanks to everyone who did it.
Yeah, everybody who reshared our stuff, you're amazing.
Yay,
and we will do more giveaways as we progress.
We'll get some cool prizes.
Someone offered a plant, Gabby. So
Nice.
Hopefully she has some bomb.
I was thinking like Uber Eats gift card.
Uber Eats, yeah.
Just because like that's all we do.
We're very different. And
She's looking like candles and plants. I'm like, yeah, gift card.
A crystal. Okay. So,
oh God, we're so funny.
before we get into it, I just wanted to put out a trigger warning. Anyone who has suffered and had to deal with, disordered eating or body dysmorphia of any sort, this might be triggering for you. It's not an intent to make it triggering, but we do want to acknowledge that different things affect people in different ways.
Totally. And it can be from those major things to, or not, I don't want to say minor because you're not insignificant.
Yeah.
But just, I don't know, it's everything. Even if it's just something simple as,
all
like
sides of the
insecurity.
spectrum, yes.
Yeah. So everyone, I think everyone can relate to this.
And if we say things that you don't like and doesn't sit right with you, we're always people who are willing to learn. So please let us know,
definitely.
and we'd be happy to adjust and acknowledge if we slip up.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So yeah, this is on Body Adi
image.
That's
actually smooth.
So,
all right.
Yes. Okay. So we started out light. Now I might get a little serious. So, what do you want to do first? Oh, I want to share the acronym that I have for body image. So, if you don't know, I have a blog, and I just do some writing. I only have one blog because I just started it, but I have a lot of writings.
Yes.
And I literally just wake up in the middle of the night and start writing stuff. Lorenzo thinks I'm crazy.
Einstein used to do that.
I literally just will sit up and oh my gosh, I have an idea. It's like a light bulb.
Before you fall asleep, the best ideas happen.
Yeah.
It's true.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you should have a journal next to your bed.
Seriously. Well, I just grabbed my laptop, but
that's fine too.
Yeah, before I had that, I just wrote things down. So, and we're gonna put this up so you can see it too. Hopefully you'll be able to actually see it. It's just I'm a visual person, so I like to see it and hear. So, body image. So I have a body, or I'm sorry.
I have a body. Same.
I have a body. Oh my gosh, I can't see. I'm so blind.
It's okay. Zoom in.
Okay. So
zoom in, girl. It's fine.
This is for body. I don't know what's happening to me right now. Oh, I haven't left the house in a while.
Deep breath. It's fine.
Sorry. Okay. So, a beautiful and organic demonstration of you
Yes.
Thus, internally matters as you greatly evolve. Body image.
Body image.
Ooh, I just got goosebumps. So let's get into that. What does that mean?
What does that
What
mean?
does that mean? I know, it gets really serious. Oh my gosh. So, well, originally when I like wrote that, like was writing things down, I just kind of like went off because I have always been the type of person to constantly like worry about what I look like with my weight, like my skin,
Makeup,
like just like I've always worried about that since I was younger. And being like the way that I am, like built the way that I am obviously not a twig. I am a thick girl. I got a big booty, you know? So, but in high school,
You're curvy.
yes, and there's literally nothing, like I love my body now, like I'm blessed to have this freaking butt.
Yeah.
But like when I was in high school, it wasn't like like if you had a big butt, like no one was like, oh, she got a big butt. Like,
you know
I mean, like not really. It was just
low-waisted jeans.
Oh my god, those
Low-waisted
were
jeans.
my enemy.
Not flattering.
Not
for me
flattering.
either.
It was just like funny because I would sit down and like since my butt was so big, they would just all automatically fall. It's not like I had like a big belly. I just had a big butt, so
My
it was super
problem is,
awkward.
like, my belly's never been totally like washboard abs flat.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
it's good
so
for you
it
if you have
doesn't
that.
look good if
Yeah.
you, I mean, for me, in my opinion.
Yes.
It didn't look good on me.
Yeah, right.
Whenever I would try to wear it.
Yeah, it was just like a weird, really awkward.
And I looked doughy and it wasn't cute.
Yeah, so it was like, I just felt like, and I felt uncomfortable because my body was like just so different and curvy.
In the
It
societal
made me-
standards at that
Yeah,
time.
it made me look older, and I just like I wanted to be like everyone else. I wanted to be really, really tiny and just skinny and like not.
Compact.
Yeah, just like I
Like
just
Irish,
felt like
Irish hips.
yeah, I just felt like I was like just like I don't know. I just felt like I was just like a lot as like for my age. But like now, obviously, people kill to have a big butt.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, it worked out for me.
People
so-
literally die to have surgery to get a big
Yeah.
ass.
It's just so crazy
It's
how
crazy how these standards shift.
Yes, I
and
was gonna
change,
say,
and they
depending
will
on-
continue
yeah,
to change.
depending on the
Thick
society at that time.
eyebrows and a big ass is huge now.
Yeah.
But like, who knows what it's going to be in
Yeah, 'cause
3
it
years.
just changed so much. So, I mean,
It
so
does.
lucky for me, I feel great. It
Yeah,
definitely
right?
helped me
Living
like
it up.
love myself more.
Yes.
But
As you always should, regardless of whatever is in the media.
yeah, and it's just hard when like
It is
you're different from what the norm is. I guess.
Yes.
And like what even is normal, but like when you're young, like I'm in high
You
school. I'm in
don't
high school at the
realize.
time. I
There's
didn't
not
know.
that self-awareness.
Yeah, it's just like it was just hard for me. So,
bump its and low-rise jeans. Like,
God, dude,
And
I had a
thick hair.
bump
I always
it.
had thick hair, and like
Yeah.
I always like looked at these girls who were wearing bumpets, and I'm like, you guys like they're these like
Just like
I straightened my
like,
hair today,
the
but
bump
like
it.
this really pin straight like 3 hairs and like the bumpets. Like I
Yeah.
wanted that look so
Mhm.
bad, but now I'm like, you should be grateful for like your thick hair.
Oh
It's
my
like
god, I
freaking
wish
crazy.
I had thick hair.
Like, but it's weird because you don't look at yourself like that, and then
Right,
especially as a young girl, like you're looking
Yeah, I was
at
like 16. Like I just wanted to be like a cute little like
Yeah.
I look like I'm freaking 40. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like I was just developed. I just looked like and like at the time, so I just thought it was like the worst thing. But like now I'm like okay, like I mean it's just funny because like you're awkward anyway because you're still growing.
So awkward.
So like it's not like anyone else was like oh I look like I'm sure no one else to themselves
No.
was like oh I look so great.
everyone's so self-conscious about themselves.
yeah. So
If you were really like pinning your, we'll get into this later, but
yeah.
if you were really pinning your insecurities on other people, like that's telling enough.
Yes.
You shouldn't bring other people down because you
No, never,
feel
never,
shitty about
never.
yourself.
No. So,
So,
sorry, we go in rants, but it's fine.
yeah, back to the
With that being said, the reason, that's like how I always was trying to like fit in and like just be a body type and be a person so that I didn't have to like be different from everyone. When I got to college, like I've literally been the same size since high school. Like I had the same
I
jeans
actually
since high
remember
school.
you vividly, and it's really because of your ass. Because,
Dude, and it's not even like that's literally what I get.
but it's like
You used to call me Big Booty Barsh. It's like funny because I'm like,
So I was on your track team.
yeah, like,
Our
yeah,
schools
good
merged.
times. It makes no sense because we were like rivals for football, but we merged for track. So we just like
schools
pretended to
should
like,
just merge together. They should just merge.
so dumb.
But,
North Bay and Avonworth represent.
Yeah, I'm really glad I graduated with 89 kids.
Mine was 86.
People
yeah.
thought I was Amish
Yeah.
going into college.
Oh my god.
Like,
Northgate is anything
you-
but.
Good. But yeah, so.
But yeah, so we're on the same track team, I guess.
Same track team. I saw Hannah running up a hill, and I was like, "Oh my god, the girl is like the best ass I've ever seen."
That's amazing. See, I wish I would have known that when
No,
I
but
was.
then I ran into you at a party at IUP. Shout out to our IUP friends. And I was like, I recognize that ass. Like,
Oh, I've seen that ass before. Yeah.
Like, girl, I know you.
It's so funny.
Yeah. So
Anyway. Yeah, anyway. So when I got to college, I remember I gained a few pounds because everyone does freshman
Yeah.
15. I think it's like freshman 30 now. I don't even know. But at the time,
Now
I was
you're
freshman
only in your
15.
house.
Yeah.
I can't imagine virtual.
I gained a few pounds, whatever, not a big deal. But then I went on this health kick because I was like, oh, I just want to be healthy and I want to look good and I want to be skinny. That's just within my mind. It wasn't so much being healthy at the time. It was more I'm just fat. Just
You wanted
hating myself.
to
And I
look
wasn't
good.
fat. I wasn't fat.
Look good.
Right, fat to me. So I lost 30 some, almost 40 pounds. After doing this
Holy shit.
whole, yeah, it was so because I was oh, I need to lose weight. And I realized that I lost too much weight because I just wanted to be skinny and I didn't want to have a butt and I wanted to fit in. I realized I didn't look like myself. I was so skinny. And when I look at the pictures now, I'm oh my god, I was so skinny. And it's not like I looked anorexic or anything, but it just didn't look like myself. I lost my curves, I lost my butt. It just was
That's enough.
and I was why did I do all this just to be? And even when I lost all that
to look
weight,
like everybody
I still was judging myself.
Mhm.
I still was oh well, I just need to have abs now. It just was never enough. It took me a really long time to appreciate
Accept.
myself and accept myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, body image has just always been
A struggle.
I'm
A
either too
process.
fat, I'm too skinny, and I just overthink everything.
I get it.
What I'm eating, I write down everything. It's to a point where not so much anymore, but it got to a point where I was just obsessed over
Totally.
the thought of exercising and over exercising is a real thing.
It definitely is.
It's just as bad as overeating. You know what I mean? You need to take care of yourself and
And whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
I saw something on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it really resonated with us. It was whatever weight you are, whenever you feel healthy and you're not compromising your quality of life, is your goal weight. So
Yes,
whatever
yes.
is sustainable for you,
yes.
and whatever makes you feel good, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
I haven't weighed myself in 2
Oh my gosh,
or
I don't even
3
have a
years.
scale.
2 or
Because
3 years.
because it was I need this
I would
number.
weigh
I always
myself
had a number
multiple
goal.
times a day.
Yeah, it's just
It was
not,
damaging.
Yeah.
I would run 15 miles because
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to burn off whatever I had before. That's so bad. And
Yeah.
what, to look good and
Yeah. And it's and at that point, I wasn't doing it for myself.
Yeah.
I was doing
No,
it
you're doing it for
to
everybody else.
fit in, to please,
Did
society.
you ever get comments from people about your body? Did anyone ever say anything to you about your body, any bullying or anything?
Oh, no.
I did. People
I mean, maybe not to my face.
people said cottage cheese and shit to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I was.
Or in
I would have
and
punched them in
behind
the
my
face.
back, and it all comes back around.
I think I just was
My
a
school
little
was-
too aggressive for someone to say that to my face. I would literally punch them in the
I
face.
wish I was more aggressive.
Yeah.
I wish I
was
was
like,
more
I'm
aggressive.
sorry.
I
Did you
wish I
really
would
say-
have.
Yeah.
I wish I would have stood
Yeah.
up for myself because I just I'm whatever, cellulite.
Oh
who
my
cares?
god, first of all, that's not even.
But it took me years. It
everyone
took me
has that.
probably 7 years to be okay with cellulite.
Well, yeah, because people are fucking cruel. Sorry for that.
Yeah, and they are.
Holy
though.
Lord, that's
Yeah.
just terrible.
And I was 15, growing into myself, and
You're not even a full human yet.
it was so weird.
You're a
It
baby
was
still.
So weird. And guys would say that behind my back. It was the strangest thing. My high school was mean.
I'm sorry, can I have the names of these people? Are you insane?
Yeah, I'll tell you after the show.
Right, like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, people are mean.
I mean, no, I don't think it was ever, I never
But
had someone
my
straight to my
problem
face,
is
like,
I should have never given them that much power to affect how I felt about myself.
Right, exactly.
And that was an issue within me, that I didn't have the
I mean, it's not your fault that people are dickheads.
Not my fault that people are dickheads, but it's my fault that I allowed them to get to me.
Yes.
And I mean, that's a lesson that was so valuable for me that now I'm like, please come at me. Like,
You really can't
I
care
would
about
love-
what people
I
say.
would love for you to come for me.
Because, yeah, like,
Um,
now I'm like, go ahead and say it honestly, because I'm like to a place in my
Yeah.
life where like I love myself, and yeah, there's things that I could work on or fix, of course.
if you're
when
not
are you
constantly growing and
Yeah.
improving, what are you
But
doing?
like, if someone has like something negative to say, I'll just be like, okay, like, thanks for your opinion. Like,
Yeah.
what is it doesn't do anything for me, you know? So I'm in a good place where if you have something to say, please say it. Like, you know what I mean?
Now I'm like, please kiss my cellulite.
Right. And like, you're hot, so I don't get it, but whatever.
People are crazy, but
Yes.
I'm sure they're even worse now with this digital era.
I can't imagine being like a high school student now. The
Yeah.
high school students now look like they're 27. They look like they're my age.
Yeah.
Like, I was still watching Disney Channel. And I still watch Disney Channel. I still watch the old, like, That's So Raven. Bree put on Zoe 101 the other day. My roommate for this. And I was just cracking up. I'm like, oh my god,
That's
really?
so
I like
funny. I
love
love
this
that
show, and
show.
it was so corny.
Mhm. It was good though. I wanted to live there. It would look so cool.
Oh my god, it's like,
I think it was
what
filmed
kind
at
of
like,
boarding school is
I
that?
think
Like,
it was filmed at like Pepperdine. It's like a college in
oh,
California.
so it was like an actual, like,
Yeah, it was really nice.
that's like college.
But rearing back into the topic.
Sorry. Gosh.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit before we get into our the meat of it. I just wanted to talk about body neutrality and body positivity.
Yeah.
So these two topics, mostly body positivity, like took Instagram by storm like a few years ago. No?
Yes.
So
yes, I'm loving it.
I loved it too, but I do feel like with body positivity, it puts a certain amount of pressure on you. So like whenever you're not feeling uppity about yourself, you're kind of like, oh, well, I can't even be positive about my body. It's like, it puts unnecessary pressure. So I've kind of adopted the concept of body neutrality through, I think,
I like that.
it was someone, Bethany C. Myers, and she's like married to this really hot actor from the show Younger. Yeah, irrelevant, but
But hot.
but she was talking about body neutrality, and I've never heard of it. It's just basically viewing your body as a vessel of something that gets you from point A to point B, and not necessarily thinking much of it. And like that has kind of changed everything, and really tied in with like yoga for me, because it's like I practice yoga, and it's like, look what all the amazing things your body can do, instead of looking at like, oh, look how small my waist is, and like, look how strong my legs are. Like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like, what can your body do for you, and then what can you do to nourish it?
Yes, yes.
So I found body neutrality a little bit more helpful for me personally, but I would never mock body positivity, because I think that that is an excellent.
And it can definitely go hand in hand. I think it's always
can do
good to
both.
have like a little bit of both.
You can
so you're
definitely
not
do both.
like focusing on one thing all the time, because I mean,
Yeah, because if you don't feel so positive, just look at it in a neutral way, or try to.
for
It's
sure.
easier said than done, for sure.
No, yeah, I like that a lot. I also think, like listening to your body in a way is helpful when it comes to like the physicality of it, because, like I have had knee injuries in my past. I just like don't have good knees, and I think it's just like a hereditary thing, because I think my dad doesn't have good knees. And I played a lot of sports in high school, and so I guess just wear and tear, like, you know, your knees just in general aren't that strong. So it's just, it's just like, I don't know. So, I sprained my knee like 3 times in high school, and sometimes it would like lock up, and like my personal trainer would have to like come up and like lock my knee back into place. And it was just like horrifying for me, because it was like the worst pain I ever felt. And still to this day, like even talking about it, I'm like this, holding my knee. because both my knees are bad. But yeah, it's like in my head, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And so recently, like probably a year ago, I hurt my knee at work, and I didn't sprain it or anything, but it like locked up because I have like it's just like one of my like tendons.
Yeah, tendons.
And it's
I
like
have tendinitis too. So
yeah, it's just something like wrong with the side, and it can get locked up, and it gets stiff, and I have to like just be careful. And so I was working at Burger Square at the time, and that's a restaurant, so I'm constantly moving on my feet all the time. And so I think just after a while, like it's just wear and tear. Like I was on my feet all the time. I was like hurting my body, and at the time I wasn't really taking care of myself that well because I was working all the time. So I wasn't working out. I probably wasn't eating like as much as I should have been eating. Like it just wasn't that great.
you're just running.
And I didn't even realize it because I was working.
Yeah.
And then so when I like was in the office, I was literally sitting on a stool, and I just like moved a certain way, and then my knee didn't like it, and I locked up. And I ended up sitting up there for like an hour.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I just sat there for an hour, couldn't move, and I was like devastated, and I felt so bad, like for myself. Like I was having a pity party. I was like, oh my god, I hate my life.
But it is kind of excruciing.
It really was.
I know that pain.
Yes, no, it really, really was. But I also was like mad. I ended up getting mad at myself because I was like, I'm so sorry for not taking care of you. Like I was talking to my niece, like I was like, I'm so sorry for not taking care of you.
Communicates to you.
Yeah, it was
like if you don't listen, if you don't tap in with yourself, like your body will fail you in some capacity.
It was so crazy. And my knee and I, we connected.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, like that was like a warning sign. Like my body was telling me like, hey, like you're doing too much. You need to like acknowledge what's going on. Like you're just overworking yourself. And so I haven't had any injuries, knock on wood, since then. But that's because I've been taking care of myself
and thankfully that happened so you could.
Yes, it kind of set me back on track. But it's just an all like embodying of like body. It's not so much like when you think of body image, it doesn't mean just one thing. There's definitely levels.
Yeah, and there's different things that make you feel beautiful, and you can get more into that for sure.
Yeah, I can do that as well. But I just wanted to like, because it just like was leading off what you said.
Yeah.
Just like really like just taking care of yourself and listening to yourself, and it just like, and also changes how you look at yourself. So going into that, like when I was like my knee was hurting and I was talking to my body, like that is a part of body image and like how you're presenting yourself.
That brings me to a question for people who like feel like they're not in touch with their bodies. It's like what can they do to be in touch with their bodies?
Yes.
For me,
I feel like it's a really big thing actually, and I don't even do yoga like that. But
it's a big thing. But I also think that food is too. Like the relationship with food is so important. Like I used to have a really unhealthy relationship with food.
Me too, man. Oh my god.
Like I would eat a donut and I would run to the bathroom and throw it up immediately. Like I would just feel so bad about eating it, and then I would feel bad about the donut. Like. And then feeling bad about throwing up, like the whole thing. I was a wreck. I was wrecked in high school. So, I don't know. We redefining that. Like I remember at one point I hadn't had like a cookie in like 2 years. Like 2 years.
Yeah. I once counted the days of how long I didn't eat M&Ms for. Like literally counted, and it was like 40 some days.
Yeah.
Like. Not even like one, like the guy that I was dating at the time, because this was like in high school, I remember like he was eating like M&Ms or Skittles or just like some kind
of candy.
And
you're like salivating.
And like, he was like, do you want one? And I was like, no. And I like picked one up. I picked one tiny M&M up or whatever it was. And I was like, oh my god, I almost just ate this. What? And I put it back down. And he was like, what? But like in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm not eating that.
My friend was like, if you put it in your mouth and chew it and like spit it out, it's just like you ate it. And I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea.
God. And of course you're like, oh my gosh,
I'm gonna do that. Thank you. Like, not good. Like, really damaging stuff.
Oh my god, I used to surf the internet for like fat loss or weight loss things. Yeah. And this one time I ordered like a bottle of like the Garnicia.
I'm so glad.
You know what I'm talking about? The little Garnicia, like the little like green tea pills or whatever they are.
They just make you shit yourself. Like
it was. And then like you have to like they're like a supplement. You don't just eat them and get skinny. Like I didn't know that. You have to actually like eat healthy. Like, I just thought you took the pill and you get skinny.
And then these Instagram
and then I'm paying $40 a month for a subscription.
Like showing us like their tea. It's like, alright, that tea like isn't what made you look like that. Like,
exactly.
Like, okay, I love that people want to improve themselves both physically and emotionally, spiritually, intellectually.
Yes.
However, I think that you do have a responsibility to disclose what you're doing if you have a platform, because it is setting up unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, and then it's just disappointing for people who don't know. It's just really upsetting. So
it's really upsetting. That's what
when I was learning, I didn't know, and I was like, I'm just not.
That's the problem
it's
I have
me.
with like
it's
the
because of me.
Kardashians and like any subgroups. I respect their like marketing, but honestly, like you be honest, you don't look like that. We all know it.
Oh well, definitely not. I mean, they like, I
Just
love
be
the
honest.
Kardashians.
I respect them heavy. I wouldn't say I love them, but I respect like, what they did.
Don't worry, we'll have a podcast about that.
We'll get into that another time. But yeah, so point being, just being honest is the best policy.
It really is.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, so as kind of, this is just, we're already kind of saying this, but I just kind of put it into words and like wrote it down. But the reason behind why, like, I mean, there's so many, like when I'm talking about like internally matters as you evolve as a person, like when you get to the acronym of image, it's not just like a physicality thing like we're talking about. It's not what you physically are as a person. Yes, that is your image, that is how people see you and how you're perceived and all that, but it starts like within yourself, because like when we're talking about things that we went through, whether it be being bulimic, to
disordered eating,
to just, oh my gosh, I hate myself, or I
really
look like that.
A skewed perception of what you look like.
No matter what, like it comes full circle to like how you like love yourself
and how you talk to yourself.
Yes, like it's just
every day.
It really is like so much mental as much as it is like just physical. Like I know for myself, I literally have to talk to myself and like look in the mirror and be like, I used to wake up and look in the mirror and be like, you're bomb, you're beautiful, you're bomb, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
And it sounds so like corny and stupid, but I don't care,
but
because it literally helped me like appreciate myself, because people are like, it's so crazy. Like, for example, I really want to talk about this because
please.
It's like, I've been wanting to say this for so long. On Instagram, like we had our pictures taken, shout out Brittany, and like she did like a whole photo shoot thing.
Sweet angel.
And it was nice, like, having like the pictures. It was just fun, like feeling like, oh, you're hot, like you're a model, whatever.
Yeah.
And so like when we post the pictures, like we're literally using them for our podcast. So that's why we got them.
Did them in the first place.
Yes. And so when I posted the recent one about body image, I posted two, because I posted one like, hey, happy, oh my gosh, we're funny. But the picture that I posted was like a front image, and if you follow me, you'll see it on Instagram, of me with my jacket like this, and you can see some cleavage. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna lie, I was so scared to post that picture. I hated that picture. I didn't like the way I looked. I was like, not that I didn't like the way I looked. I was just like being very like critical.
Yeah.
And I was like, should I post this? Like, does it look alright? Like, I don't know. Like, how do my boobs look? Do it look saggy? Like real things like going on in my mind. Like, it's a good picture.
But like, she looked really bomb. Like,
right. Like, it's just
like. But that's the things that you
like
do.
That's just what
daily.
you do.
It's
Like it comes from just and like recently I haven't been like doing that, so I think it really does change. Like my mental state needs to be like at top tier. Like I need to really, really focus on that and take care of myself mentally, spiritually before I can like do.
You're not alone in that.
Like it's just that
you have to feed yourself before you can feed others. You cannot pour from an empty cup.
So even though I looked good, and I like that's how I was presented on social media, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, you look so good." You
didn't feel good,
right? I was like, "Oh my god!" Like it's just so crazy what you see and what other people see.
But that just brings us back to the point where what makes you feel good.
Yes.
So it's things like for me, it's physical activity, things I'm putting in my body. Even that means like chocolate. Like I eat chocolate every single day. Like I can't live without it, honestly. So it's like, would I be like a size less if I maybe scaled it back? Probably, but do I really care? Not at this point, no. I really love my chocolate covered raisins, and like I'm gonna continue eating them.
Yeah.
And if that's like my wellness journey, like it is what it is.
Exactly. I'm not totally just like nitpicking every little thing that you eat, and because like I've done that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, as long as you're putting nutritious stuff in your body and
it's
and
okay.
you feel good, and you can eat your fried chicken whenever you want to eat fried chicken.
It's okay.
Like,
I know for me personally, like I have to have some kind of like routine where I'm making sure that I'm like eating what I should, and it's not because I want to like impress people and I want to it's not even about that. It's literally like I know that if I eat like shit, I feel like shit. Like that's a real thing. Like I just know that about myself. So I have to make sure that if I am gonna like treat myself or like eat like a treat or something, I can't overeat it, and I can't eat it all the time because I just know I'll get sick. It's not because like I just.
But
you know what I mean? Like, and I mean, even if it is like sometimes that's okay. Like, yes, I'm not gonna eat like junk food because I don't want to be obese.
I also love the concept of intuitive eating. So like, if you feel like you need a salad, eat the salad. Like, if you feel like you need a sandwich, please go for it.
Yeah.
Like,
if you feel like you want a cookie, eat a cookie.
Add extra mayo to the sandwich. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like. And there's a happy medium, and there's a balance.
Definitely. And it took me a long time to do that.
I
feel like I'm still.
That's why I feel like I can actually speak on it now because it took
because now you like actually know.
So long to get here.
So, I wanted to share something funny because this is something that my brother used to say all the time. My brother Ben, shout out Ben.
Shout out Ben.
And I heard him say this this was when we were in high school, and he played football, and he always wanted like the new like fancy like gloves or like the little visor thing. Like he would always like tell my dad like, Dad, I need this stuff. Like I need to look like I need to look good. I need to look fresh or something. Like something like funny like that. And so the one time my dad was like,
your dad's again not on the priority.
Right, like he was like mad at him. He was like annoyed because he was like, Ben, you want all this stuff, but like this stuff is expensive. Like why do you need that? Is it really gonna change like how you play? And word for word, this is literally what my brother said. He said, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, you win good. That's literally what he said. And it's like, I've never ever forgot that because as funny as it is, like it pertains to this because
no lies detected.
It's literally like if you are like feeling yourself and you're happy with yourself, you're in a good state of mind, like you're gonna see a difference in yourself and how you react to things, how you go about your day. Like I know that for me, that's like such a real thing, and it's so silly, but like it really is. So like it starts internally. Like even though like I look good, like it could mean like anything. Like I know for me looking good is me like going to the gym and having like a good workout, sweating.
In a routine.
Yes. And taking care of like my mental state, like just like all of this, there's just so many things that are combined, but like so it comes like looking good, but like it's not just
to piggyback off of that though, the working out thing. So I wanted to tap into this because we were just talking about this before the show. You said you didn't work out today or like something.
I can't work out as much.
You can't work out as much.
Yes. Because like the gym's just opened back up, and I started a new
like,
job.
Yes.
And I don't know how
all these regulations.
I don't know how to work the schedule yet. I'm just
and you have a brand new schedule.
Yes, brand new schedule. I'm just trying to like the swing of things.
So. It's like
it's just hard for me. I don't feel
good about it. So I understand that, and I feel like it's worth mentioning that your self-worth oftentimes, not yours personally, but generally, your self-worth sometimes rides on the fact that you worked out today. Like you feel like worthy to eat your snacks or like like go out and drink with your friends. It's like,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I think that it's a slippery slope.
Yes, I think it's easy to get like caught up in that.
Yes. So like being okay if you don't work out for a few days or a week or whatever.
Yeah, because you like it's important. You need to rest your body.
You do.
It's just as much like when we're talking about like taking care of ourselves. It's just as important to give yourself rest.
Or your body will tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exhibit A. Like whether it be mental or physical. Like if you feel like I'm just so drained. Like like that's your body, or you're just tired. That's your body saying like, hey, let's just like slow down, chill for a second. Let's have a whole movie day.
So then you can be stronger. Like even the best athletes, they have rest days for a reason.
They do. It's just as important as the actual exercise.
Absolutely. Full circle. All right, go for it we have a really awesome person who reached out about her journey with body image, and Hannah's going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, okay. So
I actually haven't read this. I don't know this.
Yes, okay. I'm not going to read it word for word because it's just it's just a lot, obviously, and I can't even see because I'm so blind. But yeah, so this is my friend Mia. She also went to IUP. Shout out IUP. And I know she does like personal training. I think she's a nurse as well. But she kind of just gave me like her point of view on it. Mm-hmm. And so just kind of her thoughts. So I thought this was interesting. So I want to kind of just pinpoint some things. And like I said, this is long, so just bear with me. I just wanted to like point out, like take out some certain things. And she starts off with saying how the world is unrealistic. And I think she's just means like expectations and what is the perfect body and all that stuff.
In terms of the media,
yeah, and trying to just like fit in, like how I was saying at the beginning of the show.
And emulate this like this ideal of what everybody expects and wants you to look like, what you should look like.
And that's kind of what she goes into, how everyone's kind of just like nitpicking and worrying about every little thing about their body. You know, and she's saying how she's seeing it from younger girls who are like 12, 13. And we were talking, I was saying like it must be tough in high school, but even, like 12, 13-year-olds, that's tough too, because like you're almost like you can become a woman, you know, so that's just hard. And so she's just saying she's noticing it from being even a younger age group, which is just really upsetting, honestly. And she's saying how it's different because when she was 13, she cared about the American dolls and like friendship bracelets, but now it's a lot more like societal pressure.
It is,
and it's sad.
These young girls are on TikTok and they're like looking at their friends who are fully developed. Like I'm speaking from a person who is a very late bloomer, so I did not have the voluptuousness that people have. Even I'm probably comparable to like a 13-year-old.
I mean, like, seriously,
these girls are curvilicious, and it's amazing. It's awesome. I don't know what's in the milk these days, but I don't drink dairy.
Yeah,
but,
right. What's in the almond milk these days?
What's in the coconut milk these days?
Maybe that's it. Maybe we need milk. She needs some milk. All right, sorry.
I need some milk.
So yes. So and then she goes into just saying how you can be curvier and it can be bad, or you could be fit and then you get
then you're like too athletic.
Then you're too athletic and you're too muscular.
Too many abs.
Yeah, like it's just like there's almost like no happy medium. So she literally says in all caps, "What is the perfect body? Like what can we be to be perfect or accepted?" Like it is definitely like, and like there is like the body positivity and stuff like that, but it doesn't change the fact that like these are things that are always going to be, because you're always going to have some people who are just going to judge those things no matter.
But it's also a thing of your body is shaped and proportioned the way it is meant to be.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And to work with that is to wear the clothes that make you feel good, and like eat the things that make you feel good. Work out, however that means to you, even if it's going on a walk or just getting out of the house.
Yeah.
But okay, keep going.
And then this is actually going back from what you said at the beginning too, because she talks about, even though there is more body positivity, people, and we come in all shapes and sizes, we'll never get rid of the people who have those hurtful things to say, like I was saying.
Oh yeah.
And she says that she thinks that it's really just those people have their own issues and they're not satisfied with their own self and body, which is so true.
And they want to put that on you.
Yeah, it's just easier for
them to do that. But it is
up
to you to rise above it and to not let these people get to you, because they are crumbs.
And like also I kind of feel bad because they're just as lost and they think that
but
putting it on,
no reason to put it on anybody else.
It's just
yeah.
I don't know.
Damage. It's doing more damage than good.
It is. So that's just kind of like her like side of it. But,
yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you,
She has
Mia,
a
for
lot
that.
Thank you, Mia. We're gonna plug her Instagram.
Yeah, you'll see her like Instagram and everything. So
very
follow her.
Yeah, very insightful.
Yes,
and very true. Because like the perfect body, it does not exist. So
yes, and that's coming from someone who
has the perfect
body.
body
For herself. Like she's very
you'll see her on
fit
Instagram.
and beautiful girl.
But we all go through it. It doesn't matter what your vessel appears. Doesn't matter what you look like.
And that's why we say that it comes like internally because
how you feel.
There's just so much more than just
what you see.
Yeah.
Because, for example, like dating. Now that I'm back in the dating pool, like when I am on these apps or like see people in real life, which is few and far between, but when that happens, it's like you don't necessarily just focus on appearance. It's more so like your energy and like the chemistry and like topics and the mind. It's like there are so many things that you take into account.
Dude, I feel like I like forget that I'm even like judging what you look like because when you're older and like you are looking for like serious relationships, it's not
about
you're nitpicking these little things. Like it's so much more.
Yeah,
like, because of the like your like looks, that it's not even like the tip of the iceberg of who you are as a person.
Yeah, it's like
you could be a gorgeous person and have a terrible personality, and that makes you ugly.
Or bad in bed, and that's even worse.
But yeah, like there's just so much more to it, and I want to say this for men too. This applies to everyone.
Totally.
Like just because we're two females talking about it, and like we have our own like experiences.
Yeah, but we can only speak to the female experience.
Yes,
but
exactly.
I'm sure men have.
But it is for everyone.
A huge, I don't know, a different experience.
I would love to hear a male perspective.
Yeah,
because
we won't like announce.
No, yeah, we don't have to like say anything. But I would love to know that. I actually have an experience. I'm not gonna say the person's name or anything, obviously, because I didn't even know I was gonna say this. But I remember we were a bunch of us were. I think we were watching the Steeler game or something. So, R.I.P. Steelers. We didn't make it. But anyway,
sad.
So this is at the beginning of the season when we were doing great, killing it, and like undefeated. And so we were all watching the Steeler game. There was a bunch of us in a room, and we just started like doing like if you have an iPhone, you can do AirDrop. So if your phone is like open, you can just drop photos, and like people are like, "Where did this come from?" So we just kept doing that because it was just funny. And I found a funny picture of one of my guy friends, and I just AirDropped to everyone. And he ended up texting me separately, and he was like, I'm kind of upset you just like shared that. Like this is when I was like a few pounds heavier, and I was like,
oh.
And so in my mind, I'm like, what? Like first of all, he's not like fat at all or overweight, or he looks great. He's fine. In my opinion, like I think he looks great, but it was just like crazy because
he didn't mean to make. No,
I didn't even like think that would even.
Yeah.
Like it was just like. His shirt was off, like it was like a summer picture.
Yeah.
And it was just funny because there was like a filter on his face. It was like a baby face or something. So like, like the Snapchat filters. But I didn't even think like, oh, this would hurt his feelings. Like that's the low last thing
like
that I ever wanted. But they like, men you've
dated, have they like been very interested in their own bodies, or no?
Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm like laughing, but it's not funny. Yes. Yes.
Me too.
Yes,
like,
yes.
I had
or like, hey, like, what does this look like?
Desperately wanted like a 6-pack. He would weigh his chicken and like weigh his vegetables. I'm like, this is overkill and this is unsustainable. Like, and I guess that I should have been more understanding and like, yeah, you go get.
Because some people do. Like, I used to weigh my stuff too, but that's because I was like counting my macros. And,
that's why I had.
Or if you're like cutting or something.
Right, but that's why I had that negative correlation to it because. I did that whenever I was in a bad place.
Exactly.
So like, I think like, oh my
so
god.
So your point
are you okay?
Yeah, you're like, okay, you need help.
Yeah.
That's,
exactly.
Right, exactly.
Like, no, please, like, you look great. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah.
I love a dad bod.
No, yeah, I think it's just too hard to try and have abs constantly.
Yeah. But like,
it's not like good for you if you can have it.
Yeah, and that's the individual's choice. Like, that's what makes you happy.
But I wouldn't be like, oh, you're fat. I don't like the way you look. Like, It's
no,
just
like pack on the pounds, baby. Like
let's be healthy
that.
together, but let's not
but
over
it's
obsess.
fine. Like
but it was
good to have
just
a
crazy to see like a male like point of view from it. Like, hey, like, cause that's like I would like if someone posted like a picture of me and I hated it, I'd be like, why the hell would you post this picture?
I'd be in the bathroom like crying.
Oh my god, yeah. So like I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that.
Or like the other day, I'm like, crop me out.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like, fudge, because I thought it was a cute picture, but I know what you mean. Like you posted a picture I didn't like, but like I'm not gonna be with that. I like whatever. But again, like I know that it's just in my head, so like I've started.
No, this was a bad.
I started like it was not. I started like caring less about it so much because
and that's
I'm
really
like
good.
I need to like chill out because
that's really good.
if I literally sit there and be like, oh my god, I'm so ugly, I'm gonna think I'm ugly. That's why I look at myself. I'm like, you're beautiful, you're blonde, you're beautiful. You know, like I have to like have those affirmations.
That's so good though. Like that's a really healthy habit.
Yeah, I need to do it more. I need to do it more.
Me too.
Because I haven't done it in a while, but yeah. So it can affect anyone.
Yeah. And
anyway,
you on this new journey with like the words of affirmation thing for yourself, and it's like I'm kind of learning how to love myself, so then one day I can teach someone how to love me in the way that I see myself.
Exactly. And if you don't love yourself or respect yourself or appreciate yourself, there is no way in hell that you're gonna get into a relationship
where you feel loved
or
respected, and
that person can give that to you because
you don't know what you're looking for.
Exactly. And like if you're so for me, I know like at first I was the type of person like I didn't love myself enough, so I was looking for it in relationships, and a human being can't fix you. Another human being can't fix you, and it's not their problem to fix you. It might sound kind of harsh, but like it's not fair to like you have all these insecurities and you're putting it on this person to try and fix. No one can fix you except for yourself, and it's so important to know that and,
even then
understand
it's a constant battle of growing.
You just I'm still like learning, but I know to a point where like I'm with this man because I love him for who he is, and I love the addition it is to my life. He doesn't like make me whole, like he like I don't mean that in a bad way. It's not like he's like
no, but
he completes me, but it's not like
somebody in your life is
like
an asset.
Yes, exactly. It's an addition.
They are like
to my happiness.
They are to make your life better.
Yeah.
If not
like fix it for you.
No,
you know
you can only fix.
And obviously you can get through like things together with each other
totally.
and like work on those things, but like I just mean like if like God forbid if something were to happen or or maybe we just went our separate ways, like I know I will be okay because I'm okay with myself and I know I can be independent and I know I don't need to rely on him or another person to survive. Like I love myself for that. It's not bad. It doesn't mean that I don't want him or want to be with him. It has nothing to do with that.
No.
I just know that like I'm capable of like loving myself enough that I don't need someone else to like come in and save me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's nice being loved, obviously. Like I love
I used to be Captain Save a Ho, so.
Oh my goodness.
That was way back in the day.
Yeah.
It wasn't recent at all. But
so,
you can only work on yourself and try to make it work the best you can. You gotta use what you got.
Yeah. And just like try and use what you got and just try and kind of look at yourself differently. Maybe try doing like the corny things that we say.
Yeah,
even if you don't want to say it out loud, try writing it down.
And get creative.
Yeah.
Like I think the ultimate sign of creativity is using what you have. Like there are so many amazing chefs. There's a show called Chef's Table on Netflix.
Yes.
They use what they have. They use this in their backyard. And it's like if we use what we have, we can create something too that's unlike anything else, and it's unique to you.
And you do have the resources if you think you don't. You really do.
Yeah, there's people all around you, and we all have more in common than we think.
Yes, for sure. And we want you to reach out to me, to us anyway.
Reach out. I mean, tell us about your experiences.
Yeah, and because honestly, I asked a few of my girlfriends and just friends in general. Hey, what do you guys think of when you think of body image? And I think it is I kind of feel bad because it is a loaded question.
It is.
And some people might not even want to say how they feel.
Like almost an hour. It is a loaded question.
Yeah, like it's just
the body.
It's just hard. So like, but I just want people to know that I went through it, Hannah went through it. So like we're here for you if you have, and you can share with us afterwards. Doesn't have to be before the show or whatever. We just want to shed some light
and connect and be there for you.
Yeah,
in any way that we can.
For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that kind of concludes our segment. Is there anything else?
I think it does. I think we said everything that we could.
All right.
Think of at the moment.
Good.
But.
Okay. So yeah, reach out if you ever need anything. We are always here for you.
Yes.
Otherwise, I hope that you benefited somewhat from anything we've said today, or at least can relate on some level.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of passionate, intense people. So
I know, sorry. We really get into it sometimes.
We do. But I mean,
I think we just are we genuinely mean it.
And we genuinely care about everything. So happy to be here, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
On HB
Reality.